Hello, hello, hello. It's Wednesday night, 9 o'clock. So you know what that means? That means it's happy hour with the Groovy Brown Goddess. Hi, everyone. My name's GiGi. I'm so happy to be here tonight with you and sharing our happy hour this evening. I hope you came ready to party because we got some partying to do, okay? And our party game, let me fill you in right away because it's going to be interesting how it plays out. Gemma says, hey girl. So it's interesting how this will work out because people who are here right at the 9 o'clock hour are going to know exactly what the game is. And those who join us later on may have to find out as it goes. But basically, we're going to take a shot. So get your shot glasses ready and your favorite spirit. We're going to take a shot every time someone asks about a soulmate. So if the question includes the word soulmate, we're going to take a shot tonight. Okay? Well, I'm going to take a shot of my little vodka, and I added a tinge of soda just so I can get it down. But other than that, I'm drinking some good old American beer here tonight. So drop me a note in the chat. Let me know that you're on and you're joining me for happy hour, because who the heck slides up into a happy hour and doesn't say hello? Say hello. I know I got Gemma here. Slide me a note up in the chat. Let me know that you're here and tell me what you're drinking, what you're sipping on tonight. We'll allow for non-alcoholic drinks too, but you know. Kelly says, haha, love it. Yes. So we're going to play this game. We're going to see how sloshy we might be by the end of this happy hour. But, and I'll tell you guys towards the end of the hour why I chose that game and that particular word. But we're going to get started here. Audrey's here and she says IPA. All right, Audrey's in the house with an IPA. Kelly says she's pouring herself a Sauvignon Blanc. All right, my kind of girl right there. If I'm going to have white wine, a Sauvignon Blanc that's my jam right there. So I'm right there with you. All right, we're going to get started. And if you have a question that you would like a reading for tonight, go ahead and drop it in the chat as well. And we will get to you, okay? All right. Gemma, she says she's on water. It's 2 a.m. Okay, we'll allow it. Okay. And thank you for staying up late with us, Gemma. We appreciate that so much because, hey, I like to party hard and I like all my friends to be here with me. All right, production, let's get our first question up there, please. All right. So Audrey says, hi there. Last night, we went out to dinner and we turned around and my ex-husband, Ed, was staring at us. Creepy shit. All right, we left, LOL. Yeah, exactly. Can you tell how Ed feels about me being with Wes? They used to be friends. Oh, the plot thickens. All right, he seemed to be giving a death glare. Okay, that's not good. So let's see what's going on. Let me ask you one question, Audrey, just because we know each other and we're friends, we're buddies here. Did he know about Wes before you got with Wes, or did he know about Wes, or is he just finding out? That would be interesting to know, okay? All right. Let's see what's going on. What's going on in Ed's head? What was he thinking? And what are his thoughts in regards to Wes? All right. So first off, right off the rip, I got the 9 of coins as well as the 10 of cups. Wow. And that's crowned by the 2 of cups with strength. Okay. This is very interesting. Okay. So what I'm getting here is A view of you, Audrey. Audrey says, I'm not sure. He may have known. It's been 3 years. Okay. So his view of you is that you are a pretty self sufficient girl, right? Like, you're a self-sufficient girl. He sees you as strong and steady, not necessarily needing someone, but also with this 10 of cups here, I'm seeing like he feels like you're the real deal. Like whoever gets you is actually scoring, right? Like you're the real deal. You're a solid type of mate to have in a relationship. And with the 2 of cups, like this whole not partnership, but this whole relationship with you and Wes, it's all that's been on his mind since he's realized that the 2 of you are in this connection and that it seems to be long standing. I get a feeling specifically that he may not have known that you were still with him, maybe, or she said yes, because I burned him big time. He thought I was weak and fought him. I won. Yeah, girl. So he was surprised to see that you were still with Wes, is what I'm getting. And with the strength card, along with the 2 of cups. All right, so Audrey started off the show with a situation. And that's what happens at happy hour, right? Like we come, we party with our friends, and we talk about the crazy things that have been happening recently. And so she brought us some good little tea from her life, just coming right in the door. So I hope that insight was helpful to you, Audrey. And I thank you for trusting me with your question. She said he's a narcissist, and she says she's donating. Okay, all right, we got to dig down into it. If it's like that, we need to get to the bottom, right? We need to get to the bottom of the situation, as they say. All right, let's see who else out there has got something for me this happy hour. Gemma, hey, can you see me having a career or having a job in the future? I haven't worked in quite a while now. All right. And I know that that's really intimidating when you've been out of the job market for a while, trying to really gear up and get back in and thinking about interviewing. It's like, it's really a lot to overcome your own fears and supposed inadequacies is what I wanted to say. But really, are we inadequate, or we just need to make adjustments? Let's see what's happening here in the months ahead as far as work for you. We have the 3 of Swords in the reverse, followed by Justice in the reverse, followed by 4 of Cups in the reverse. And I want to say to you that in this first half of the year, she says, I've had bad health problems. Sorry. I'm so sorry. In this first half of the year, with this 3 of Swords in the reverse and this Justice in the reverse, things not quite playing out the way you want to as far as getting a job, right? But that's not a reason that you don't want to start looking. With the 4 of Cups in the reverse, and I want to say this is going into the fall months, this is telling me like this shaking off this kind of malaise that's come over you as far as looking for work, and really starting to get to see some movement in interviewing and talking to people and actually making some headway, and a couple of opportunities might start to rise up for you, because we know sometimes that happens slowly, like interview, and then they want the second interview. So just being kind of like that, having that going on, that type of activity that leads to work. And then with this King of Swords in the reverse, what I'm seeing that towards the end of the year telling me is that you will find out exactly where it is that you... All right, so I hope that that's helpful, my dear. What I was saying is and Gemma says, I've been thinking about working from home, selling vintage clothes until I'm well enough to work full time. Beautiful. I like it. Let me know where that's happening at, because I love a good vintage outfit. So I think a good lesson that came out of that for everyone is, I have this saying that that looking for a job is a job, and it truly is. And it's a lot about energy and moving forward and trying to get things to start rolling for you. She says England. Oh, okay. Well, maybe when you get big with it, you can ship to the United States and I can, partake. So yeah, so once you start to look for that job, you're literally like grinding the wheel, getting the energy moving in your direction. And sometimes, especially if you've been out of the market for a while, that can take a while to just really get things flowing. So I would encourage you to start looking towards what you want, because way ahead of time, because by the time you get into the flow of things, you may be a few months down the line. This is for everyone. You may be a few months down the line. So just a little word of advice. All right. She says, I've lost my confidence. Yeah, that's huge. And that's a huge part of it. You need to go into interviews confident. You need to have that natural confidence and exude it. And so it's really literally about putting one foot in front of the other. Schedule a few interviews for jobs that you don't care if you get, and just go to practice at those interviews. That's what I do when I need to build up that confidence. All right. So let's get down to the next situation. Nick. All right, we do have a 5-minute reading. Thank you for your donation, Audrey. I do want to take 1 second to say hello to Nathan, who has joined the room. Welcome. All right, so Audrey says, I was married to Ed for almost 15 years. Just want to know his headspace right now. I have 2 daughters with him. He's been trying to apologize to them. They're not having it yet. So he's making an effort. Wes has been 10 times a better dad than him. That is just sad, sad. All right. So basically then, Audrey, what I want to know from you is it that you want to know his headspace about you and Wes and what he's thinking about you? Or are you more interested in knowing about how to encourage him to be a better father and knowing his headspace around that? If you could just quickly drop that into the chat. All right. And I'll just get started on his overall. She said, yes, Wes and I. Okay, so leaning more towards what we were talking about before in your relationship. All right, so back to that. Let's get the nitty-gritty spirit. All right, so we have a much different set of cards showing up this time as I look deeper into where he is in regards to your relationship. So the 2 of Swords and the Ace of Cups. He sees that you're happy. She says, I've been read about him. Yeah. She sees, about the kids. So he sees that you're happy. And like I said before, this is what's been occupying his mind space since he saw you with him. And it's just been like hanging there like, oh, every time he turns around and he thinks another thought, something reminds him and brings him back to the thought of what he saw with you and him, with you and Wes. So he can't get around this happiness. He can't quite block these thoughts yet, but he's trying to. And I also have the 3 of Swords in the reverse. And that's just bringing up the thought of, oh, well, she's over me, because Ed thinks you're still stuck on him, as they often do think that, right? Years later. So he had the thought that you were still stuck on him, and this kind of turned things around as in regards to that, right? And with the 7 of Swords in the reverse, he also knows that because of the situation and because of who Wes is and Wes's personality, that he can't just, his first instinct is to pick a fight with you. His first instinct is to say something nasty, to try to get under your skin or to get into your head. She said, yeah, not more stuck in the pain he caused for me and my daughters. Yeah. So his first thought is to, like, take a jab at you because you're with him, just to shake things up, rattle things up, and try to cause confusion between you and Wes. That's his first thought. What he knows with the Seven of Swords in reverse is he can't get away with that with Wes. So he ain't going to try that. He's not going to go that route because he knows that ain't going to go over. If anything, it'll lead to a situation where he could get hurt, or worse, maybe physically, right? Like, Wes ain't having it is what I'm hearing. So with the Seven of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Cups, she says nope, right? So Seven of Wands in reverse, Ten of Cups in reverse, like, he's feeling sorry for himself. He's feeling sorry for himself. She says, oh yes, LOL. He's feeling sorry for himself. And it's more about him, that he's wallowing in his own shit, basically. It's more about him really than it is you. So seeing you with Wes was the thing that sparked all this negative self-talk. But he's stuck in it and he's kind of wallowing. She said, good, he should. I don't blame you. He's wallowing in this negativity like a pig, right? But he can't seem to get out of that today. But it's more about him. It's not this romanticized version of what you and him could be or anything like that. It's just kind of like you're the mirror, mirroring back to him what he could have had and the mistakes that he's made. And I think he's doing this inventory of mistakes that he's had with you and with women since you. So he's like doing this whole mental inventory. Well, I fucked that situation up. And oh, this one over here. Audrey, so I hope that helps you. Sucks to be him today. Totally sucks to be him, okay? All right, so let's take a sip of our respective drinks and move on to the next question. Audrey says, yes, thanks, LOL. You're welcome, my dear. And if you're just joining us for this happy hour, say hello. Just comment hello. Let us know what you're drinking this happy hour. And if you have a question that you would like me to read on, go ahead and drop it in the chat. So Lizzie says, hi, new here. Welcome. We welcome everyone to our happy hour. We only ask that you bring good vibes, right? That's all we ask. You can join us for drinks every Wednesday at 9 o'clock right here. All right. So production, our next question, please. Kelly says, hi, Gigi. Will I find new friends this year? Okay. Congregation, well, you got friends right here, right? That's what this happy hour is about, friendliness. But let's see if you're going to find some physical new friends in your environment, wherever you're located. Or more specifically, what you might need to do that you're not thinking about right now to facilitate that, right? Because we can all make friends, or at least most of us, but sometimes we're overlooking a key factor in that. And I have the Temperance card, and that's the card of balance. And it's showing me that right now, the balance in your life might be a little off. Like your balance towards having fun and your balance towards getting things done, like work type activities. And I get something about studiousness. And she says, thanks, mate. Mental health holds me back. Yeah. So I get something about studiousness. So if you're a student, that would fit. However, what I'm really feeling more is being caught up in studying little minute details of things, and you can get lost in that activity. Let me know if that makes sense to you. I just see someone like Spirit showing me an image, and those images I need to translate so that they make sense in your situation. So it's like Spirit's showing me someone with a little magnifying glass just studying something intently, and they get so lost in that before they know it, time has gone by. So that's what I'm seeing with that. And with the Strength card in the reverse, I'm also seeing that she said that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, sweetie. So what I'm also seeing with the Strength in the reverse is not feeling your best, not feeling like you're up to snuff, not maybe even. All right, my girl, Kelly there. So we know that there's a couple of key little factors right there that just came out to start you off in the right direction, like some of the things that you need to address so that you can create that balance that we talked about. I hope that that was helpful, my dear. All right. Let's take a look and see. She says, thank you so much, Gigi. Oh, my love, thank you for trusting me with your question. And if you're new or if you're just coming in and joining us, if you have a question, we ask that you drop it down in the chat so that you'll be on the list and I can get you the answers that you need. All right. And I just wanted to also let you guys know, when we're done with our happy hour here, we'll be primed and ready for Journey Ryan Live, which is following this program at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then at midnight, you want to stay tuned for Squirrel, because Squirrel will be on at midnight doing readings, having fun in the midnight hour. So that's what's ahead on this evening. All right. Let's go ahead and take our next question, please. Tarot Illumine. What's happening, Gigi? Hey, how are you? Can you look into my career and see how the next 8 months look for me? Please and thank you. Cheers. Got my Moscato. Moscato! Yes. Everybody's favorite Moscato. All right, so let's take a look at your career and what's happening over the next 8 months. Let me know specifically if you'd like to focus towards, like, if you wanted to take your career in a different direction, or just what's happening where you are currently and what's happening there. All right, but I will take an outlook of the next 8 months here, and I will draw 4 cards. So the next 2 months ahead, I have the 6 of Cups, and I have with that card a feeling of familiarity. Familiarity can be good, and it can also be challenging from the sense of you feel just like you're going through the paces, right? But there is a sense of familiarity and knowing what you do and how you do it, right? So that feels good. And it feels like you have people around you that help you, that give you input, that you feel very comfortable with on one hand. And then as I move forward into this Knight of Wands, there's a feeling of, and so we're talking about 3 months from now, this Knight of Wands is showing me where you can incur jealousy and those around you. So you want to be mindful of that, because we know that envy and jealousy make people do strange things, even people that we consider to be friends. So just be aware of that about 3 months. So Spirit gave you a warning there right before the bell. I'm glad I got that out at least. So yeah, I hope that that was helpful, my dear. All right. You know, jealousy and envy, dangerous emotions, dangerous emotions. And they definitely do cause people to act in strange ways. And, you know, most of the time, what people who are insecure And I hate to just tie it always back to insecurity, because honestly, I think it's people that are just not aware of the fact that there's enough out here for all of us, right? You don't have to be jealous or envious or trying to take away someone else's shine or torpedo someone else's success or happiness. There's enough truly out here. And that's not me talking with rose colored glasses, looking through rose colored glasses. That's for real. That's a fact that I have seen, just in my life over and over again be verified for me. There's enough out here for all of us. And Rebecca's giving me some applause there. Thank you. So let's move forward. Let's get our next question. Norma. Hey, welcome, Norma. So what will this month bring me with the guy I'm in love with? All right. Norma, let's look at this in a very interesting matter. I'll pull a couple of cards here about maybe activity over this next month, but let's also take a look at what he's thinking and feeling, right? Because that's going to definitely determine what could be happening this month. So as far as he's concerned, all right. So I get the Queen of Cups in the reverse along with the Page of Coins. So he's here. He's steady. He's not going anywhere because he's got this steadiness of movement. I feel like in regards to how you're feeling and how he's feeling, and I hope he's not sitting right next to you while you watch this, but there's like, you might be here and he's like here, and it's just slightly different what the two of you are experiencing as you look at one another, right? Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just, she said he's not good. It's not that that's a bad thing. So I don't want to say that's negative. I just want to say he's steady. So when he says, I'm in a relationship, he's in a relationship. All right. It's just that you have to understand, like, people express themselves and feel those emotions differently. And that's what I'm seeing here. With the Three of Cups in the reverse, I'm also seeing like he's not looking around at other women. So it's like, again, with this Page of Coins, he's steady. He's there, right? His attitude is a little bit like young, to say, like, not immature, but he has a certain zest for life. So I hope that was helpful, my dear. I hope it brought a little insight into where he is in regards to where you are, how well aligned you are, because I really feel like that, specifically determines what will be happening in the days and months ahead. Claire's in the room and she says, hello. Hi, Claire. Welcome to Happy Hour. We're happy to have you. I saw some other people come in the room as well that I want to acknowledge. The Celtic Dragon. Hello, welcome back. I know that name. Welcome back, and thanks for joining us tonight. And if you haven't already, let us know what you're drinking tonight. What are you sipping on? What kind of drink can I buy you tonight? Okay, because we're halfway through our happy hour. We got to get these drinks flowing, okay? All right. So as always, we want to drop our questions that you want a reading for in the chat. And if you really want to get down to the nitty gritty, then Claire says, America, baby. Okay. If you want to drop your questions down in the chat, don't let me lose my train of thought. And if you want to get down to the nitty gritty and the real answers behind what your situation is, consider making a donation. All right. Rebecca says, I'm boring. Virgo with a coffee. Well, add some Baileys to that coffee. That's not boring at all. Claire's drinking a Budweiser. All right. I'm drinking beer here tonight as well. And I don't often have beer because I try to watch my waistline. But tonight I am drinking beer and I've got my vodka shot standing by. So, all right, let's get going. Let's get partying with our next question. Unique. Will Jabari and I be long-term forever? Okay. Let's take a look at Jabari. Let's take a look at Jabari's feelings for you, Unique. And I, again, think that determines where things are headed between the two of you, right? So let's take a look at that. Had a card fly out, and it was the Knave of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. There's a lot of inner battling going on with Jabari from what I'm seeing at the moment with the Seven of Swords. I also see the Three of Pentacles in the reverse. And I get the feeling he's not the best at partnering up and getting things done. So, for instance, a lot of a relationship is being a true partner with the person you're with, right? Doing things together and working towards common goals. And with the Seven of Swords and the Three of Cups, or Three of Pentacles in the reverse, I'm getting a feeling like he may not have been exposed to that on a real intimate level. Like he's seeing like that's what it's going to take with you. And that's something that's new to him, right? Because it's just he's trying to figure out how he can navigate that well with you, which is a hopeful sign, because if he saw that that's what it takes to be with you and then he didn't care anything about doing it, then that would be crazy, right? It wouldn't work out. She says, I'm listening. I just need to know if I need to fight or flight so I don't waste time. Got you. All right, so 8 of Coins and 4 of Wands. There is stability here, but for how long? Let's take a look at length of time. And I get that. All right, sorry about that, Unique. The bell freaking got us, and I hate that bell. Okay. All right, so I hope that was helpful. And, you can consider maybe a longer reading if you want to continue down the line to understand the relationship better here and what you need to do. All right. So let's go ahead and get to our next question. Rebecca says, girl, drink the vodka first. Beer before liquor, never sicker. Liquor before beer, in the clear. All right, so everybody then, Rebecca, see, Rebecca's that party girl. She's the one that wants to turn this happy hour up. Let's turn it up, damn it. All right, get your shots. Or if you don't have your little shot sitting there, I want you to take a big gulp of your drink. Get your shot and let's go ahead. Shots for everybody. All right, let's go. Next question. Lynette, will Dennis contact me soon and reconcile with me romantically, please? All right, let's take a look at where Dennis is at. You're on no contact. What can get you out of that? Oh, okay. Bad situation. Dennis is pissed. And unfortunately, let me give it to you straight. So 2 of Wands and the Death card. In his mind right now, he's making plans elsewhere. Not that he's necessarily with someone, but he's looking to say, okay, what now? What do I do? Where do I go? Right? And I feel like that's the huge reason that you have this silence here. And with the Death card, in his mind, he's made up his mind to say, it's over, right? Now, we know people's minds can change. So let's take a look a little further here. We have the Tower in the reverse. So a lot of that anger, a lot of that frustration, a lot of that disconnect that he's been feeling, it's not so fresh. There's some time and space there. So he started to kind of like settle in, but he doesn't have the fresh anger, but there's still anger there, right? And he has made a judgment in a sense, because I do have the judgment card. So he's made up his mind in a sense about you. Now let's look at what you could do if you wanted to, go back into that situation. I have the Four of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the World card in the reverse. So there is a possibility here to get back and be talking to him again. And with the King of Wands, it's going to take you. Bell! All right, y'all. The bell has no friends around here. No friends at all. So you can always go in the chat. You can always go in the chat and get an extended reading there, sweetie. But I hope that was helpful. It was helpful. Hopefully, she said LOL, Rebecca. Rebecca knows that bell, man. That bell be, I think I'm like there and then ding, 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 ding. Okay. Frustration for you and me. So Lynette says, thank you. Thank you, sweetie, for trusting me with your question. I truly appreciate it. And let's see who's next. All right, Nathan. Welcome, Nathan. My question is, I would like to know about my future. Are any loves around me from spirit at all? Any message? I'm not sure I understand. So I would like to know about my future. Are any loves around me from spirit at all? Any messages? So you're basically asking three things right there. What I would say is, if you get more specific, tell me one thing exactly that you want to know and drop that clarifying response in the chat. We'll put you on the list. All right. Rebecca says, I don't know how y'all do it. It's so short. I know. I actually love when the longer readings come through because it gives me a chance to breathe and give. And I know I can get out the information, and I know that I can get to what we need to discuss. So I really do enjoy the longer readings, to be honest with you. All right. So let's see who is next. And speaking of longer readings, thank you. We have a 3-minute reading for Unique. All right, Unique. So I know he has battling emotions, but I can handle that. What is outcome as of what the cards see now? Okay, so you want to know the current outcome, current path. If nothing changes, this is what will happen. And I do, again, I'm just pulling out some cards here. So basically, if you're talking about a long-term partnership with this person, I am more hard-pressed to see it. I don't think it's impossible. I think it's going to take some very specific work on both y'all's part, but on your part, right? So what I'm saying to you is, it's not like I'm looking at this and I'm saying, oh, hell no, this ain't going to work. What I'm saying is you will be putting in work. With the Three of Swords in the reverse, the Seven of Wands in the reverse, the Hermit in the reverse, it's about getting him to come out of his shell fully, right? She says long-term, forever, or quit before I get too deep. Okay, so let me tell you exactly what it would take you to get to the long-term forever. I think he's willing to go a long haul with you. The overall feeling that I'm getting here is that he's not been in that territory before. So when someone's not been in that territory before, you're like leading him to water, right? So it's all up to you if that's too much work or not. But let me tell you what that work is, okay? So getting him to come out of his shell, getting him to lay down, it's kind of like lay down his sword is the best analogy I can give you. Like when he's in relationships, normally he's like this with his swords, and a woman can get this close to him, right? So getting him to lay down those swords, I think there's a strong willingness that he wants to do that with you. I think he sees something with you. I think he sees something in you, right? But if you are impatient, Unique, and you know you better than I know you, this is not going to work if you're being impatient. If you approach it from a place of impatience. She says he was married for a long time, so we're new. Got you. So in a sense, that's what I was feeling, the undoing of the past stuff, right? She says, I'm just going to fight and go the distance. Okay, well, here's how we get there, because it is very much about undoing what the hell the ex-wife did, right? Because that was his experience. He was there for a long time, as you told me. And now it's like he's got some habits and some ways of dealing in relationship. But I know that damn bell went off, but I appreciate you donating. So I'm just going to show you the Ace of Cups. There's real feeling, real emotion that can be explored, and he has real feeling and emotion towards you, Unique. So it's totally up to how much time and energy you want to put into this, okay? All right, so I hope that helps you, my love, and I appreciate so much your donation. Your donations support this channel, support all of us readers, and this month being Women's History Month, it supports a nonprofit organization that does good work on behalf of women. Unique says, thank you. I needed this. Well, I'm glad you came and joined us for happy hour tonight. And I'm glad you got the answers that you needed, right? And I have to say, I love doing love readings, relationship readings, but I do look at them a little differently than most psychics. Most psychics will, I shouldn't say most psychics, because I don't think the psychics here at my Psychic Connection will do it. But a lot of psychics out there in the world, you know, they give you these answers, these pie in the sky, and they don't tell you about the real life implications, right? I like to look at what's presently there, what feelings and emotions are there that you can work with, right? And then I like to tell you the path to getting to what you want. You want the long-term relationship? I like to show you what the work is to get you there, right? Because just telling you it's possible and sending you out the door is like setting you up for failure, in my opinion. So I like to get down to the nitty-gritty. And sometimes I got to deliver bad news, but I love when I get to deliver good news like I did to Unique, right? She can get to where she wants to get to. She says, Rebecca says, you spill the tea, tell the truth. Yes, I like to spill the damn tea, man, because it's like, yeah, I want you all to be happy, but there's a strategy to love. Let's be for real. Tarot Illuminati gives me all hearts. Thank you, sweetheart. Much love to you as well. All right. You know what? We've been battling this bell all night, but there's going to be another bell soon, and we know what that bell is, last call. And no one likes last call at happy hour. So get your questions in the chat so we can get down to it. And production, who's next? We have Cindy. What to know why I keep seeing repeated angel numbers 333 and 222 a lot. Okay, so angel numbers are very specific. There's a lot of stuff out there online, and you know, everyone can go read what those numbers mean. So as they come through as symbols, you know, you pay attention to what those symbols mean. So she wants to know now. Okay, I got you, sweetheart. So what I'll look at is what guidances may be around you and what they may want you to notice or how they may want to connect you that you haven't, been able to decipher. So I have the Queen of Coins in the reverse, the Three of Coins in the reverse, and the Tower in the reverse. And basically, Spirit is around you. We all have guidances who are around us, and yours are telling you they see you. They see you. They see the things that you've been going through. They know your pains. They know your strengths, and they know your weaknesses. And this is a rocky road that I'm seeing here. So it feels like you've been going through quite a lot recently, right? And with the Queen of Coins in the reverse, there may be some financial implications, things happening there that they've been noticing. With the Three of Coins in the reverse, there's just a lot of situations that it feels like they're taking or being witness to that you feel aren't going the way that you want. And with the Tower in the reverse, what they want to let you know most of all is the hardest parts, the parts that make you feel the most uprooted, you're on the backside of that cycle, meaning you're not facing the tower that's blowing up. She says yes. You're not facing the tower anymore that's blowing up in your face. The tower is at your back. So yes. And for everyone out there, your guidances try to send you messages, and numbers are an easy way for them to send you messages. And really, they just want you to know that they're aware and what they see around you. And so as you start to pay closer attention, they'll give you more and more types of symbols and signs, and it'll be easier to decipher, right? So good question. And I thank you for bringing that to me, Cindy. All right. So I hope it was helpful. Let's go ahead and get into our next question. We're trying to beat that last call bell, man. We've got Rebecca dating a new guy, curious where it might go, taking it slow. Taking it slow is always wise. So what I like to do in this situation, Rebecca, is take a look inside his heart and his mind, see what his thoughts are in regards to you, what he's thinking and not saying. So we'll see a little bit of everything. So be sure you want to know, okay? All right. So we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Magician in the reverse, and we have the Nine of Coins in the reverse, and the Six of Coins. Okay. Take it slow. Take it slow, sweetheart, because this one's got some tricks up his sleeve, is what I have to tell you. And I'm going to give it to you straight. This is like someone said earlier, the tea. I'm going to give it to you straight. He does have some tricks up his sleeve, especially with the Seven of Swords in the reverse and the Magician in the reverse. Not the best type of character, and I mean character as in of good character type of person, okay? I realize he may look all clean and shiny on the outside and sparkly and everything, but they often do. I just see lots of tricks up his sleeve. And with the Nine of Coins in the reverse, I see this element of your coins becoming his coins. Take it slow or run away, but take it slow. Six of Coins in the reverse. In the end, it's going to leave you in a very unsettled place, right? Obviously, if you're asking the question, my thought is that you want to find someone, be happy, but this one plays a lot of really fucked up games. I got to be honest with you and tell you that there's a lot. He's a game player and he plays a lot of fucked up games and experience. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I know that that's not what you wanted to hear, but to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And I hope that you will act accordingly. All my best to you, sweetheart. All right. So sometimes we don't hear what we want to hear, and that's unfortunate, but we should count that as we heard the best thing that we could have heard, because it could save us a lot of time, energy, and everything else. So let's go ahead and let's get our next question. We have Lizzie. Any messages for me from Spirit? All right, Lizzie, that's a little bit of a general question. And we don't do general questions here. We do them on mypsychicconnection.com. So if you do have a specific question, you can still hurry and get it on a list before happy hour is over. All right, let's see who else has a question for us. Lisa, can you, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Can you tell me anything going on in my life? Anything good? Okay, so what area of your life would you like to focus on? A general, again, can't really get a general reading in 2 minutes. That's not really possible. So it's not fair to you or for me. So let's go ahead and get our next question if we could. We don't do, by the way, general, medical, or legal. So withdraw your question if it's one of those. And let's see what else we've got. Kristen, can I get a reading, please? Got a lot going on right now. So what would you like to look at, Kristen? Let's get your question back on the list. If you'd like just a general question, you can go to mypsychicconnection.com and we'll be happy to get that for you. Ryan, how will my current relationship go? Okay, let's start off by looking at your person. Let's start off by looking at your question and see where they stand as far as your relationship. We have the Four of Cups in the reverse, along with the Page of Wands. And we have the King of Cups in the reverse and the Six of Swords. So what I'm getting here is just your person seems to have this overall feeling. And I don't really feel like it's rooted in their feeling for you. I feel like they just feel unstable in a sense of not being, maybe being lacking for something. And that something can be financial, but I have a feeling like it goes deeper than that. So there's this overall feeling of lack that I'm getting coming through with this person. And couple that up with their mindset may be a little young, a little naive. He says she is. The mindset here is young and a little naive. So there's a lot of unsteadiness in her mind in regards to how she's feeling in her connection with you. And like I said, that's not rooted in you or anything that you've necessarily done. It's rooted in like their past and where they're coming from before they got with you, right? So with this King of Cups in the reverse hanging over this whole thing, what I'm seeing with that is not really, she's not taking into account the amount of emotion and the amount of emotional support she needs to bring to you in this connection. In other words, when we are in partnership with someone, in a relationship with someone, we're there for that person, or at least we should be, right? And that includes the emotional front of that. And so I'm seeing like, yeah, so thank you for that question. If you'd like to get a longer reading, we can dig into that a little deeper. But that bell just done got us. It just done got us. All right. So thank you for your question. Diggs BTW7 says, hey, what's up, G? You made it for happy hour. Welcome. We're trying to get in some stuff. She says, Ryan says, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. We're trying to get into some stuff before the last call, man. Let me take another sip. Everybody, listen, we didn't really get into the shots in the games tonight. And our last call bell just went off. So everyone take a sip and let's get into our last question. You guys have to join Journey right after our show because I'm GiGi. Happy hour. Happy hour gets you warmed up. So join the next show. Show Journey some love tonight. So we have Princess. Hello, good morning. Do you see a new house? Do you see a house move for me, please? All right, so let's take a look at the next 6 months and how that's going to play out as far as a new place for you, princess. All right. So in this next month, the next 30 days, let's say the month of March, we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. And I'm really seeing like the need to put in more effort. So wherever you're looking, princess, okay, so same questions. So wherever you're looking currently, you need to expand where you're looking. Okay, because I see your search being a little too narrow at this point. As we go into April, I have the Four of Wands, strong possible move to a new place, because the Four of Wands is about the home, right? Is about the stability brought in by the home. And with the diamond showing up on that card, I'm just seeing that there's a strong possibility. There's a diamond sitting there in April waiting for you should you choose to accept it, right? So you got a strong possibility. And with that Four of Wands, I also see that it's achievable to get it if you take it. And let's just pull an extra card on that. Emotionally speaking, I feel like you're going to look at the place and you're going to say, this might not be the place for me, right? But it does jump out as a strong possibility and a place that would actually provide you with the stability that you crave currently in a home. But when you look at it, you might not be all for it. So let's move forward into May. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse. And I don't see that as a good month for possibility. So March, April, May, June, we have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands. All right. So that was our last question of the night. And I want to thank you guys for joining me for happy hour. And I really hope that you will decide to join me again next week, Wednesday night at 9 p.m. right here for happy hour. We're going to be here. We're going to have a new drinking game. Hopefully we'll be able to drink behind our game. We didn't get any shots in tonight after that, but that's okay. There is next week, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. And bring your friends. It's happy hour after all. Why wouldn't you bring your friends to happy hour? All right. Much love to you all. Have a safe week, and I'll see you again next week. I am GiGi, the Groovy Brown Goddess.